everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris here with another Rumour Has It video. So the transfer window isn't open yet, but it doesn't stop the rumours swirling around Newcastle United and the players that would be linked to, especially with this World Cup happening. It's a bit of a shop window, really, isn't it? And all these players that potentially could be linked to Newcastle United. So we've got another guy to go through today. It's actually a defender, which is very interesting and for a very problematic position, I think, in our squad at the moment. So we're going to get stuck right into that in a second. Just before we do a little bit of housekeeping, if you haven't already, please click the like and subscribe button. We'd love you to come and join us. We're on about 2,068 subscribers at the minute. So a few more of you hit that button. Really appreciate it. All free content here. You know, we normally have 2 free weekly podcasts. Obviously, slightly different with the World Cup going on, but we're trying to get as much content as we can until the season returns. So smash that button, come and join us. And remember, like this video as well if you like what we do. So let's get stuck in. And who is the player that we're talking about? As I mentioned there's probably one position in our squad, I'd say at the moment, that is probably a problematic position. Is maybe a bit harsh on the players that are playing there already. But, you know, we've got Dan Burn filling in there currently. Matt Targett's kind of in and out. Of course, I'm talking about the left-back position, and we've been linked to one hell of a player in the media at the minute. And he is at the World Cup. We're going to get stuck right into this lad now. It is this lad here that is Borna Sosa, who is the Croatian left-back who currently plays for Stuttgart in the Bundesliga. Now, you probably notice straight away, looking at the guy's statistics, for a left-back, the guy has 30 assists. That's right, 30 assists in 96 appearances, which is utterly phenomenal. If you haven't seen this lad play already, he's an absolute assist machine. People have likened his crossing to Beckham. They've likened him to Trippier with a left foot, really, which sounds like an absolute match made in heaven for us, really. You know, looking at his defensive stats there, you know, Mark scored him quite low on the tackles. That's versus the other 5 top European leagues in his position. So he doesn't seem to be a fullback that tackles a lot. He's more a fullback that wins the ball in the press and then pushes on with it. He's got incredibly quick feet, close control, great skill. Loves a back heel if you see the YouTube compilations of him as well. But it's that crossing ability he has as well with the left peg. He's great from corners. He's great from open play. You know, he set up loads of goals. I think he's got something daft like 13 assists this season already. So he's absolutely on fire. He really is. And this is exactly the type of caliber of player that we want to be linked to Newcastle United. He's of that kind of similar age bracket to a Bruno, to a Botman. Apparently his valuation fee is 20 million euro. So he's not going to be, you know, an absolute fortune there, to be honest with you. But you can see some of the comparisons Mark's done here. We're going to get stuck into these in a minute. He's slightly tweaked it a little bit, just to give you an indication as to exactly where he is in comparison to some of the world's best left-backs as well. But as you can see, just looking at the rest of his individual stats per 90 minutes, you know, his aerials one, he's quite good in the air. He's in the 88th percentile. Passes, he's on 79th percentile with 63 passes and 72 completion rate. You can see his dribbling there, 88th percentile. Crossing in particular, this is the big thing. Per 90 minutes, this lad is nearly averaging 10 crosses a game. What would Callum Wilson do with this lad in the left back position, whipping in 10 crosses a game? Good God, he'd score way more goals. And you can see, so his kind of expected goals, assists created there, and his shot creation chances is incredible. He scores so highly, which is probably why Marcus compared him, and not normally like we do to our own individual players. Marcus compared him to none other than Andy Robertson from Liverpool. It's probably pound for pound the best left back in the world right now. You know, him and Trent Alexander-Arnold have just completely redefined those positions as wing backs and you know, create more assists than wingers really at the minute, which is absolutely phenomenal. So you can see there just where Sosa scores ahead of Andy Robertson. You can see there, you know, in terms of his tackles, his interceptions. I think the goal creation chances or assist chances that Robertson just beats him on, as he does pass completion and progressive passes. But pretty much everything else, Sosa's scoring higher than Andy Robertson, which is unbelievable. You know, when Liverpool got him from Hull, it was an absolute snip. This could be our Andy Robertson here. And if you have him on the left-hand side to add the balance for Trippier on the right as well, wow, we could have a serious threat here added to the squad. So the crack is that we might sign him in January. Now, the sporting director, who's a chap called Sven Millenstadt, I think it is, he's previously spoken out about the future of Sosa, admitting that he's eager to retain his services for the foreseeable future. And he did say that the World Cup is a brutal showcase, but my clear wish is that Borna stays. He's an absolute quality player. It would be difficult enough to replace him during the summer. A transfer during the winter would not be good. It would weaken us. It's very important that we keep the quality in our squad then we're strong enough to stay up in the league. And you've got a point, you don't want to lose your best players mid-season, but, similar to what happened when we brought in Bruno previously, Bruno was as important to Leon at that particular time. So I really think we could have a real chance of getting this lad. And like I said, I just think he'd be an absolutely phenomenal player. You can see what Mark's done there. So similar players in the last 365 days, to Sosa. You can see some cracking players there. We got likes of Jordi Alba. You got Hernandez, who just had a terrible injury at the World Cup. You obviously got Andy Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, this lad is very much a modern day wing back. And for me, I'm really excited about this signing. I think this kid could be absolute quality for us. And if we can get him for something daft like, 18 to 19 million quid or something like that, would be incredible bit of business in January. I think he is contracted to 2025 with Stuttgart, so you probably need to pay more than that. But listen, even if you pay 25 million quid for this lad, I think he'd be worth every single penny. I think he'd set up loads of goals for Wilson and Isak when he's back fully fit as well. You can see there from the kind of key strengths he has as a player. Mark's highlighted them all. We talked about his crossing, his key passes, his set pieces, his delivery. His tackles aren't quite good in terms of, I say Matty Targett's probably more of a classic defender if you look at it that way. I don't think Sosa's more of a, he's more of a Robertson type player than he is a Target type player. But I think this is the way that the modern day full back positions or wing back positions are going, really. And I think if you were to have him on the left hand side and Trippier on the right, it would give us more of a dynamic, I think, to not have to rely on wide players like Maxi, potentially Miggy. You could put Miggy in that front three. You could pack out the midfield a little bit more. Maybe let Bruno play a bit further forward, and bring in maybe a number 6 or an old number 4, as PK calls them, and sit in front of the back four. So it gives you options in the team. But I definitely think at the minute, out of all the positions we have, that left back position is something that's up for grabs. I think Eddie Howe is definitely looking for a kind of replica of Trippier from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, because you see some teams do kind of nullify us a little bit. They sit on Trippier, they try to stop him getting the cross off. He's that good. He still manages to get it off there. And obviously Miggy pulls players out wide as well. But I think if we had Sosa on the left and Trippier on the right, Jesus, I don't think these teams would know how to handle us. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below, whether you think Sosa would be a good signing for us or not. I do. I think he'd be absolutely immense. Keep an eye on him at World Cup. He was obviously played in that 0-0 draw against Morocco the other night, so it wasn't a great showcase for Croatia. But I suppose if you're looking at it from a defender's point of view, you got a clean sheet at the World Cup. Yeah, but we'll keep an eye on him, over the coming days of the World Cup and just see how he does. And obviously, if the rumours start growing, we'll come and have a little bit of an update as well. But as I said, make sure you drop that like and subscribe button to us. Definitely like the video. It really helps push the algorithms for us, helps get our videos out there, and obviously clicking the subscribe button really helps the channel grow as well. So this is Chris signing off. Another rumour has it. I'm sure we're going to be back soon. There's loads of players being linked with us, and the window's not even open yet. So make sure you keep it over more, guys. Until then, let's keep supporting that team of United. Enjoy the World Cup, and we'll catch you soon. Cheers.